subscribe to my channel. Before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. I hit 300 subscribers, so soon I'm going to go in my freezing cold pool. But in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to do a handstand without getting hurt. But before we do handstands, I need to get dressed. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean get dressed? I am dressed. Well, this is gymnastics, so I need to get into a leotard, so let's do it. Okay guys, so now that I'm dressed into my leotard, this is actually my new leotard. So how do you guys like it? It has a little hole in the back here, and I like how it looks like it's cracking, so that's fun. But first, to get started off with, we need to get stretching. Okay guys, so for the first pose, we're gonna do crisscross applesauce, and then after you're in your crisscross applesauce pose, you're gonna put your feet together like that, put your hands on your feet, and you're gonna just flop them like a butterfly. And we're gonna do 10 butterflies, so you go 1, 2. Okay, now that we're done with our 10 butterfly, okay, so we're gonna do our right lunge now for our second pose. And the trick that I do with my right lunge is, when you're doing your right lunge, if my foot is all the way back here and I'm leaning, that's not good. We want our foot to be all the way out. Now you see how my foot is farther out than my knee? That's what we want. And we're gonna really try to lean on this one. Probably do it for about 10 seconds. Okay, now that we did it for 10 seconds, we're gonna slide out to our split. It's okay if you can't go as far like me, just go as far as you can. And we're gonna do this for about 10 seconds again. Okay, now we're gonna do our left leg lunge. Remember that our foot is gonna be farther out than our knee. And it's okay if you have your foot really wide out. As long as you're doing what I taught you, that's gonna be fine. Now we're gonna do this again for 10 seconds. Okay, now that we're done with doing this for 10 seconds, we're gonna slide out to our split, please. And we're gonna do our split for another 10 seconds. Okay, now we're done with the second pose, and now we can get on to our actual thing that I wanted to teach you today, our handstand. Okay guys, before you do this, handstands are a little tricky. You think you just flop up into the air, but actually when you start learning them, they're really tricky. So if you have a hard time doing this, that's okay, because I struggled for weeks and probably months. So it's okay if it takes you a little time to learn. But now I'm explaining to you why it's tricky. Because some people think you just flop up into the air. But if you believe that and you try that, let's just say that wouldn't work so good. So before you do this, make sure you have something like maybe mats. I use my couch or a bed in front of you, because what we're gonna do today, we're just gonna work on our L kits, and then maybe we can try our handstands. But the thing with handstands is, you think, oh, handstands are so easy, you just plop up into the air. But no, because sometimes you do plop up into the air. But sometimes when you're first learning how to do a handstand, it's not that easy, and you lose control, and then you flop over. And if you flop over without anything protecting you, your parents or your guardian would not have a fun day that day. So make sure you have maybe a spotter to help you not flop over while you're doing this, or just some kind of protection, so if you do flop over, you won't get hurt. And that's the number one rule. Make sure you're safe before you do that, and ask your parents. Okay, now that you asked your parents and they said yes, and you have protection behind you, first we're gonna start with a simple L kick. An L kick is kind of easy. It's the warm up to be doing a handstand. We're gonna go in a lunge. We're not gonna go all the way down. We're just gonna go in this lunge, hands up, first the step to L kick is we're going to go down, touch the floor. If you can go like this, that's great. But if your leg is bending, just go on your tippy toes, but on your fingers. Then you're going to put your leg up. Try to keep it in control. It's okay if you fall over sometimes. But then just get back up and keep it in control. Keep your legs in control. Then you can go back down and go up. And we're going to try that about 5 times. Okay, now that we're done with 5 L kicks, now we're going to do an L kick, but we're going to do a real one this time. First, we're going to do what we just did 5 times. That beginner L kick, and then this foot that's not on the floor is going to try to just pop up. And we're going to do that another 5 times. Okay, and when we're doing this, I don't want to see this. And it's okay if you start doing that, because honestly, when I was doing it and showing you guys the example, that wasn't a good example. The last few were okay, but what I want to see is this. I want to see this, but I don't want your leg to be too high. This is just a hop, and then with this leg also up.
And if you
kind of messed up, that's okay, because we're just going to do it 3 more times. Okay, sorry, my audio mixed up, so I sound like a squirrel, but I over recorded it. But anyway, thanks for doing that with me, but this is not the end of the video. Now we have to do our handstands. Remember, you need protection, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our L kick and then put this. But instead of this just going a little high, we're gonna make this touch. And then we're going to try to go all the way up so it will look like a handstand. But what I'm afraid that you guys will do is I'm afraid you guys will go like this, and then like barely touch. No, I want you full action. I can't do it right here because I'm going to touch it, but I can do it right here. And I know I don't have protection right here, but I am a gymnast and I've done this before. So I want it to look like this. And I want them to snap together. I want to hear a big boom. If not, that's okay, because that might mean you're just snapping from the side and not together. We want to snap together, but from the side, at least your legs are together. But as you get more advanced and you master that, make sure your legs are together, not like this, like this. So what I'm worried you guys are going to do again, is I'm worried you guys are going to go like this and then this. But that's not going to give you any power. Listen, don't try it. Trust me, that's not going to give you any power. I don't want you to go slowing down. What we just did, that was just for practice run to get you in the rhythm that what we're doing, so it's not totally new to you. So what I want you to do is I want you just to go full at it. But when you go full out at it, you might flop over. So that's why you need protection, okay? So make sure you have protection. And I just want you to go right at it, okay? And the handstand is probably one of the easiest skills, but one of the hardest to master. Because you think, oh, it's just a handstand, you know? But what I just did is not a handstand. So a pro tip is when you have no protection and you feel like you're good enough, I'm good enough, I don't need protection, which might take a month, maybe even a year. So don't try to rush into it, because when you rush into it, that won't be good. So maybe practice every meal, maybe before a meal or something, maybe 5 times a day. If you don't have time, that's fine. But this is just a practice. I know I might seem like, guys, don't do this. But it's like a passionate thing. Like, I want you to do the handstand, so I might be yelling a little bit, but that's because I just want you to get the handstand. So don't think I'm not mad at you. If you don't want to do handstand, you don't have to. But if you do, you got to follow my directions so you can do it the proper way and the safe way. So one more time, remember, we're not going like this and then this. No, we're going full at it. Okay? We're just going to go full at it. And when you do it, I don't know if you can see, but my toes are pointed and my legs are together. But if your legs are just like, ugh, see, that first of all didn't look like a handstand, and honestly that wasn't a handstand, and that didn't keep me steady. When your feet are like this, you're just gonna flop over. But when your feet are like this, it's gonna keep them steady. And two of them together, that would be amazing. So watch my handstand, how my feet are together. I'm going full at it, and with my feet together, my toes are pointed. I don't know if you could see it there, but remember, and a pro tip, when you feel like you are ready to not do it with the protection and you are falling over and you don't want to get scared and you don't want to fall over, of course, try doing a walking handstand. I know you're like, a walking handstand? Well, that's way too hard. That's like the next 5 levels. We skipped 4 levels? No, it's literally your handstand, but walking. And when you flop over, your legs are together like this. Hopefully they're together because what I've taught you. But your legs are together like this. These are your 2 legs. And then you're slowly, instead of just straight up in the air, you're slowly flipping over. But if you walk the flipping, you're walking like by the flipping. Because think of it like, this. If these are your 2 legs and they're doing a handstand, here they go. And they're going to flop over, they're going to start flopping over. And then you're just going to flop over and you're going to hurt yourself because without comfort and safety, even if it's on carpet, it will still hurt really bad. So, or concrete, oh my gosh, that'll hurt so bad. So when you're leaning over, if you walk, you won't lean over because literally, look at these 2 sticks. These 2 sticks, or these 2 legs, are walking. They're leaning over, but if you walk, you're gonna be straight again. And I know that might seem hard, but you can do it. And remember, don't stress about it. This is just a fun little thing that I'm teaching you guys if you want to learn. But remember, I'm not forcing you to do anything. Hopefully you clicked this video because you wanted to learn and you didn't have to learn. You just wanted to learn. And that's why I'm here for you guys. I don't want to force you to do anything. I want to go inside your creative brain and bring it out and show everybody around you. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to stress you out. And even if you get it in 5 years, which trust me, you won't, that means you'll probably be the best at it at that time. So don't stress about it. This is just a fun little thing that I like to teach you guys. So don't stress it. And one last time, let's do a handstand together. Good job, guys. You mastered your handstand. And even if you didn't, just keep practicing if you want. And with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe this video. And now there's only one thing left to say. Keep on smiling. Bye, guys. Oh, and keep practicing your handstands. Bye.